Welcome to Movie Report. Today we will watch the science fiction horror movie Prometheus, released in 2012. This story begins about 10,000 years ago in an unforgettable valley where the shadow of something huge is falling on the earth and moving forward. That huge thing is nothing but a spaceship. A man comes to the edge of a waterfall. That man is actually an alien. He opens the lid of a strange bowl and starts drinking the liquid that comes out of it. As soon as he drinks, his body starts melting. Soon his body melts completely and falls into the abyss of the waterfall. The alien's DNA reacts with water and a new DNA is formed. Human life originates from this new DNA. After this incident, the story moves forward 10,000 years and reaches the year 2089. Here we see that a team of scientists is doing research in Scotland. This team is led by Dr. Holloway and Dr. Shaw. During the investigation, Dr. Shaw finds a cave painting that is more than 35,000 years old. It shows humans praying in front of a giant creature. That giant creature is pointing towards the constellation. The story moves forward 4 years. 300 trillion kilometers away from Earth, a spaceship named Prometheus is moving ahead with its crew of 17 people. Inside the spaceship, a human named David, who is actually a robot, is busy with his daily routine. All the other crew members inside the spaceship are in a sleeping state. Just then the spaceship gets a jolt, which indicates that the spaceship has reached its destination. When David looks outside, he realizes that their target is in front of him. After this, the supervisor wakes up from the sleeping state and asks David, "How long have we been sleeping?" David replies, 2 years, 5 months and 12 hours. The supervisor orders the rest of the crew members to wake up. All the crew members are gathered in a hall. Here the supervisor shows everyone a 3D hologram. In this hologram, the founder of the project tells that he was the one who laid the foundation of this project. He had recorded this 3D hologram 2 years ago. He says that, if you people are watching this hologram, then you are very close to your mission. He also tells that he is no longer in this world. The founder tells everyone that David is not a human being but a robot which he has made like his son. After this, he introduces everyone to Dr. Holloway and Dr. Shaw and hands over the entire responsibility of this mission to them. After this, Dr. Holloway shows his presentation. He shows the excavations done on Earth and various archaeological pictures. These include Egypt, Sumeria, Babylonia, and a 35,000-year-old cave painting recently discovered in Scotland. They explain that all these ancient civilizations existed at different times and had no connection with each other. But one thing was common in all of them. Pictures pointing to constellations have been found in every civilization. They tell that there is only one constellation that matches the constellation shown in these pictures, which is so far from the Earth that ancient civilizations could never have known about it. There is also a sun in that constellation and a planet is revolving around that sun, which may be suitable for life. Dr. Shaw also tells that the giant creatures shown in the picture are aliens. They have created humans. In a way, they are our engineers, and this picture is a message sent by them. After the presentation, David takes Dr. Holloway and Dr. Shaw to the supervisor's chamber. The supervisor tells them that if any alien is found on the planet, no contact will be made with him. When the doctor asks the reason for this, she refuses to answer. In the next scene, we see that Dr. Holloway and Dr. Shaw are talking to David. David tells that in the last 2 years he has learned many ancient languages and now he is able to talk to aliens. After this, the pilot lands the spaceship on the planet. As soon as he lands, Dr. Holloway sees a dome-shaped structure and asks the captain to land the spaceship there. The atmosphere of the planet is almost like Earth, but due to the amount of carbon dioxide being more than 3%, no person can survive for more than 2 minutes without a suit. After landing, David, Dr. Shaw and 5 other members move towards that structure. The geologist tells that this structure is completely hollow from inside. Everyone enters the structure and the geologist starts preparing its 3D map with the help of a drone. This map can be studied by the captain and the rest of the crew members present in the spaceship. Dr. Holloway explains that the atmosphere here is cleaner than outside. He takes off his helmet, and seeing him the other members also take off their helmets. David finds a switchboard. When he turns it on, they see a 3D animation of giant creatures. These creatures are running away in fear of something. One of them falls near the door and the door closes, due to which his head gets stuck on the other side of the door and he dies there. Seeing this, All the members get scared. The geologist and another member return to the spaceship. Dr. Shaw comes to know from the carbon reading that the giant has been dead for 2,000 years. David opens the lock of the door. On the other side of the door, they see the head of the giant and a huge statue. There are lump-like structures in the entire room. Due to change in the temperature of the room, black liquid starts flowing from these structures. Dr. Shaw orders everyone to come out and keeps the head of the giant in a polythene. Then the captain from the spaceship tells that a big storm is about to come. Dr. Shaw asks for some more time, but the captain gives only 15 minutes. After this, he will close the door of the spaceship. Here David hides a body from everyone and keeps it in his bag. Some earthworms were making their food from the liquid coming out of those bodies. After this, everyone starts moving fast towards the spaceship because the storm was very strong. Everyone was moving forward, saving their lives. This was no ordinary storm because it had silicon particles and thousands of volts of electricity. Everyone was about to come to the spaceship when the alien's head falls off Dr. Shaw. Dr. Shaw flies into the storm while trying to pick up that head. Dr. Hallway tries to save her but fails. Then David comes and saves both of them. After coming to the spaceship, it is found that the geologist and the biologist have not come to the spaceship. Actually, both of them had forgotten their way while coming. The captain tells them through a message that both of them will have to spend the night in that cave. Both of them find many dead bodies of aliens in the cave. Here in the spaceship, the doctor analyzes the alien's head and finds out that what he thought was a head is actually a helmet. The real head is inside it. When the head is analyzed, it is found that it is infected with a virus. The doctor activates the virus to get more information. While activating it, the alien's eyes open and its head blasts with great force. After this, the doctor matches the alien's DNA with human DNA. The doctor finds that the human DNA matches the alien's DNA. This shows that these aliens are our ancestors, whom we have come to find. On the other hand, David opens the body he brought and takes a sample of that liquid. He mixes that sample in Dr. Hallway's drink and gives it to him. Dr. Hallway drinks it. After drinking the drink, Dr. Hallway goes to meet Dr. Shaw in his room. Dr. Shaw tells him that the human DNA matches the alien's DNA and the humans are the alien's children. Dr. Hallway gets emotional after listening to the children because Dr. Shaw could never become a mother. After this, Dr. Hallway explains to him and both of them become intimate. On the other hand, the biologist and the geologist reach the same room while roaming where the black liquid was flowing. An earthworm comes out of that black liquid, which the biologist tries to catch with his hand. Then the earthworm sticks to his hand, breaks his hand and starts to hold him tight. The geologist cuts the earthworm with a knife. As soon as it is cut, acid starts flowing from the body of the earthworm, which falls on the geologist's head, causing his head to burn. The cut earthworm joins again and goes into the biologist's mouth through his helmet. Due to this, both of them die a painful death. When Dr. Hallway wakes up, he sees an earthworm-like creature in his eye. Since the storm has now subsided, the captain sends a message to the geologist and biologist. When he does not get any response, he decides to bring them. The rest of the members along with the captain reach the dome-shaped structure. David goes in a different direction. David's suit has a camera installed through which the supervisors are watching him. While roaming, David reaches a room which is the alien sleeping chamber. As soon as he reaches there, David turns off the camera. The rest of the team finds both the dead bodies and Dr. Hallway's health starts deteriorating. They quickly prepare to return to the spaceship. David presses some buttons in the sleeping room. He sees a 3D animation which tells him that these aliens were going to go to Earth and one alien is still sleeping. Then while returning, Dr. Hallway's health deteriorates further. When the captain finds out that she is infected with the virus, she is denied entry on the spaceship. Dr. Hallway himself understands this and asks the captain to burn her for everyone's safety. The captain burns her. Dr. Shaw starts screaming after seeing Dr. Hallway burning. The captain gives her an injection to make her unconscious. When Dr. Shaw regains consciousness, David tells her that she is pregnant at 2-3 months pregnant. Hearing this, Dr. Shaw goes into shock because she had a relationship with Dr. Hallway just 10 hours ago and she was in the sleeping chamber 3 months ago. The biggest thing is that she can never become a mother. David explains that this is not a normal fetus. Dr. Shaw asks him to remove it from her stomach. David says that he does not have any machine to perform such an operation. He injects Dr. Shaw with anesthesia, but Dr. Shaw somehow saves herself and goes to the operation room and removes the parasite by performing the operation herself. Here the captain sees that the geologist is standing outside the spaceship. When a member of the spaceship goes to meet them, the geologist attacks him and kills him. The captain somehow fights the geologist and kills him. Dr. Shaw is somehow coming out after the operation when she meets Peter, the founder of the project. Peter, who was not dead, was kept in a sleeping state. He wakes him up to know the secret of immortality from the alien. The captain explains that this was the army base of the alien where they were making something which went out of their control and caused their their death. Peter meets his daughter, who is a supervisor. The supervisor explains to him that we should not have any dealings with aliens because they can be our enemies. But Peter ignores her words and goes out to meet the aliens. Peter and some members of the spaceship are going to meet the alien. Meanwhile, the captain studies the 3D animation in the spaceship and finds out that it is the alien spaceship. David tells Peter that these aliens were going to destroy mankind to create new life on Earth, but due to technical fault their plan remained incomplete. David wakes up the alien from sleep and asks in his language what is the secret of immortality. As soon as the alien puts his hand on David's head, he beheads him and kills everyone else as well. Only Dr. Shaw somehow saves her life and runs away. The alien sits in his spaceship and flies to complete the incomplete mission of destroying mankind on Earth. Dr. Shaw tells the captain that the alien has killed everyone and is now going to Earth. She says that somehow the alien spaceship has to be stopped. The captain says that this is not an ordinary spaceship, it is not easy to stop it. But on the insistence of the doctor, he agrees. The captain prepares to take off with his crew members when the supervisor says that this spaceship is hers and her orders must be followed. The captain does not listen to her and says that he will put her in a life chamber and leave her, which will allow her to live for 2 years. The supervisor agrees. The captain prepares to fly the spaceship and the alien spaceship also takes off. The captain first drops the supervisor's life chamber, then collides his spaceship with the alien spaceship at high speed. Both spaceships are destroyed with a huge explosion. The supervisor dies after falling on the surface, but Dr. Shaw somehow survives. The doctor has only 2 minutes of oxygen left in her oxygen cylinder. She goes to the supervisor's life chamber to get oxygen. There she sees that the creature that came out of her stomach has now grown up and is wreaking havoc. Then the doctor hears David's voice. David tells that the alien is coming to kill him. The alien immediately comes there and attacks the doctor. The doctor somehow opens the door of the creature's room. The creature grabs the alien, and the doctor escapes from between them. She loses courage and starts crying and remembers Holloway. Then David's voice is heard again. David tells that there are more alien spaceships here which he can operate. Dr. Shaw goes to David. David says that if she reaches the spaceship, they can return to Earth. But the doctor says that she cannot return to Earth. The doctor tells that she wants to go to the planet from where the aliens came so that she can know why they created the human race and then decided to destroy it. She sends a message to Earth that no one should come to this planet because there is danger here and no one can return from here. After this, the doctor takes David's head and leaves the spaceship in search of the alien. On the other hand, the creature that had killed the alien tears the alien's chest and creates a new creature. Stay connected to our channel to watch its next part.